India generates almost 1.4 lakh tons of waste on a daily basis. And it is quite a task to keep the country clean. And the urban centres have led the pack when it comes to waste generation. As per the World Health Organization, 14 Indian cities are among the list of the top 20 most polluted cities in the world in terms of air pollution. Earlier this month on Inside, we met and spoke to Mumbai Safai Karamcharis or sanitation workers. They explained the challenges they faced in keeping India's financial capital clean and also spoke to us about their complaints and expectations from the municipal authorities.
थे मेरे को कि यहाँ पे कचरे में इतना कुछ है, तो क्या क्या निकलता है इस कचरे में?
मैडम, ये कचरा में है ना, होटल का चावल निकलता है। वो होटल का चावल तो छोड़ो, घर पे संडास करके थैली में बांध के इधर फेंक देता है। और जो गाड़ी जाता है ना, वो गाड़ी के ऊपर लगता है, तभी वो हम लोग के ऊपर भी उड़ जाता है। ऐसा हालत में हम लोग काम कर रहा है, मगर बीएमसी बोल रहा है कि कॉन्ट्रैक्ट लेबर, हम लोग को लेबर में भी गिनती में नहीं रखता है।
The sanitation workers we spoke to were hired on contract as opposed to those who are permanent employees of the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation. And the sense of discrimination they felt was obvious in their testimonies to us.
सारे ये जो सफाई करते हैं, तो ये बिना सेफ्टी इक्विपमेंट के क्यों है?
मैडम, इधर का जो बीएमसी का जो ऑफिसर लोग हैं और जो कॉन्ट्रैक्टर लोग हैं, इन लोग को हम लोग को अभी तक सेफ्टी गैस कुछ नहीं दिया है, रेनकोट नहीं दिया है, गनबूट नहीं दिया है, मास्क नहीं दिया है, हैंड ग्लोव्स नहीं दिया है, कुछ भी नहीं दिया। मगर इन लोग बीएमसी से पैसा लेता है, हर टाइम पे इन लोग बिल डाल के पैसा लेता है, और सब लोग और जो कॉन्ट्रैक्टर है इन लोग मिल के खा लेता है, हम लोग को नहीं देता है। ऐसा एक आध लोग देता है, वो भी फाटेला देता है, कुछ नहीं हम लोग को बेनिफिट मिलता है। लोग और ईएसआई कार्ड हम लोग को जो ईएसआई कार्ड बनाया, हर महीने में पैसा कटता है हम लोग का। हम लोग ईएसआई कार्ड के लिए उधर हॉस्पिटल में जाएंगे, कामगार हॉस्पिटल में, वो बोलता है तुम लोग का कार्ड एक्टिवेट नहीं है, तुम लोग का इसमें पैसा नहीं आया, तुम लोग जाओ प्रेट में देखो, ऐसा बोल के हम लोग को भेज देता है।
But there is also a civic responsibility that needs to be emphasized. While the onus is on the government and the municipal authorities to ensure the workers are treated fairly, residents have a responsibility in ensuring that they dispose of waste as per the prescribed rules. And on this episode of Inside, we will explore what's being done in the National Capital Region to address the issue of waste disposal and waste management.
Wonder where all the waste from your household goes. It comes to facilities which treat the waste to reduce the pollution that it causes the environment. Such facilities segregate your waste into non-biodegradable and biodegradable categories. We today are at one such facility and we'll take you through the entire process of how it is done.
Chitra Mukherjee is part of Chintan, an environmental research and action group that is significantly involved in waste management initiatives.
We work in partnership with a waste picker organization called Safai Sena. So in partnership, Chintan does capacity building for the waste pickers, or the rack pickers as they are very wrongly called, who pick up waste and clean the cities. And this space which you see here is our material recovery facility, or MRF in short, at Bhopura, Ghaziabad. And here we have about 100 waste pickers, mainly most of them are women actually. So we get them to work here in a safe and secure way so that they don't have to pick waste from out on the roads, and there's so many problems they face. First of all, a very unstable income, and of course because they are women they face so much of eve teasing and generally a lot of things which you can imagine somebody on the road doing. So here we get these people to collect waste from different malls, hotels, doorsteps, from households, and all the waste comes in here. It's a very mixed waste because in Delhi we are still not doing segregation and categorization of our waste. So once the waste comes here, all the waste pickers you see working here under very safe conditions. They are given safety equipment. You can see the gloves that I'm wearing. They have masks so that they don't inhale the air. They wear uniforms. They actually wear 2 layers of gloves. They wear this and they wear a plastic on top so that their hands are safe. And all this waste here is then segregated into wet waste, which is the normal food waste, and then into the dry waste. We have a manual conveyor belt, and we have these women who are actually waste pickers or rack pickers. Most of the women working here are women, and as the waste come in, they start segregating it into different categories. So somebody is picking out plastic, somebody is picking out cardboard, somebody is picking out glass. So basically a segregation of waste is being done over here. The waste that you have in your house, you're supposed to categorize it into dry waste and wet waste. In some countries, they have the dry waste again being categorized. So what we are not doing as citizens in India is what these people are doing over here. So whatever is recyclable is sold to recyclers, and whatever is non-recyclable unfortunately goes to a landfill. Or you might have seen the huge garbage landfills we have in Delhi. We have 3 of them at Ghazipur, Bhalaswa and Okhla. So the non-recyclable unfortunately is burnt, or it goes to a landfill where it is just rotting. Like a plastic bottle can lie without decomposing for more than 500 years.
कोई तो हमको चोर बोलता था, कोई बोलता हमारा ये सामान उठा लिया, कोई उल्टा सीधा बोलता था।
क्या डिफरेंस है वहाँ बाहर काम करने में और यहाँ इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ काम करने में?
वहाँ पे दिक्कत ज़्यादा होती थी, कुछ लोग उल्टा सीधा भी बोलते थे। फिर हमको भी डर लगता था हम कल कैसे जाएं, कल हमारे साथ कुछ गलत ना हो जाए। फिर जब हमारे घर में मजबूरी रहती है तो फिर जाना पड़ता था।
अच्छा, तो हमने ये भी देखा कि आपके ये वेस्ट में प्लास्टिक और कप्स वगैरह होने की बजाय और बहुत सारी चीज़ें जैसे सैनिटरी नैपकिन्स, डायपर्स वगैरह भी हैं।
हाँ, जब ये नैपिंग और ये पैड वोड जब आते हैं तो जैसे हम छटाई करते हैं तो बहुत दिक्कत हो जाता है। जब वो करते हैं तो ऐसा कोई पैकिंग करके उस पर ऐसा कोई निशान बनाए ताकि हमसे पहचाने तो उसे खोले ना। वो हम खोलते हैं तो हमको गंदा लगता है।
सफाई सेना जो संस्था है वो वेस्ट पिकर का संस्था है, जो कूड़ा उठाने वाले लोग हैं, और वो खुद मिलके इनको चलाते हैं। अभी जैसे आप देख रहे हैं सारे वेस्ट पिकर हैं, और इस सारा MRF का देख रेख वेस्ट पिकर लोग ही करते हैं। इनको जो भी कूड़ा आता है और सेग्रीगेशन होता है, छटाई करके या रिसाइकलिंग के लिए जाता है, जो वहाँ से पेमेंट आता है, इनको मिनिमम वेजेज मिलता है, जो यूपी का मिनिमम वेजेज है। और हमारे जो मेंबर हैं, खास करके जितने भी वेस्ट से रिलेटिव है, जैसे सफाई सेना का मेंबर है 10 से 12 हज़ार मेंबर हैं। दिल्ली और NCR में हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं। वैसे 1.5 लाख लोग इस काम को कर रहे हैं, जो वेस्ट पिकर गोदाम वाले अलग अलग जगह या इसी तरीके का चला रहे हैं और कर रहे हैं, वेस्ट को हैंडल कर रहे हैं।
The Center for Science and Environment puts a higher estimate of the amount of waste generated in Delhi at 14,000 tons per day from 272 municipal wards. Less than a third of this waste is sent to waste-to-energy plants or composting units. Coming up right after the break.
ये नॉन रिसाइकलेबल है, ये जो आता है ये सारे नॉन रिसाइकलेबल मटेरियल हैं।
One of of the biggest challenges to waste disposal is plastic waste. And the country generates almost 26,000 tons of it on a daily basis. In July this year, Uttar Pradesh became the 19th state in India to impose a ban on plastic bags. Something that had been announced during previous years as well, but never fully and successfully implemented. Maharashtra had, in June this year, made the same decision. The Uttar Pradesh government plans to implement this ban in 3 phases, starting with a ban on polythene bags under 50 microns. This is incidentally a ban that has also been placed in the national capital.
We all have seen plastics becoming almost a nuisance in the streets today, and is one of the biggest problems. We don't realize it to a great extent. But the latest results that are very, very scary is about plastics being found in your drinking water. You know, these are microplastics, which are very tiny particles, and we are finding them in your drinking water, which is coming through taps, because much of these plastics disintegrate and become small parts, and they are not able to be filtered, or they are not able to be removed through a filtration plant. And this is scary. We don't know what the health impacts of such contamination or such kind of pollution is going to be on human health. See, plastics have a lot of chemicals in it. It is essentially from petrochemicals, and the kind of additives that are added to make plastics or to give them different properties, these are very, very harmful. Some of them are highly toxic in nature in small doses, and they leach. They leach. When you put water and there is a temperature variation, there are very high chances of the chemicals leaching into the water. There are very high chances of your milk, if you're feeding your child in a bottle, the milk getting contaminated from the bottle that is there. So there are all kinds of things, and all these chemicals have, many of them have significant amount of effect on your endocrine system, and some of it also in your nervous system.
I think it is soon going to become a major hazard, and in the times to come, it may impact the farmers' incomes, it may impact the poor people more, because they are the ones who depend on municipal services, municipal water services, and they are the ones who get impacted by the infection which usually breeds wherever there is water blockage, where there is garbage collections. So I would assume that unless this is tackled very early, it might assume an emergency kind of a situation for interventions.
At Sadar Bazaar in Delhi, despite a ban on polythene bags under 50 microns, such bags were still being handed out to consumers at various stalls, suggesting that the ban may be ineffective.
कौन जाता है पॉलिथीन?
वो साइकिल पे दे जाता है,
साइकिल पे देके जाता है। आपको पता नहीं है कि ये बैंड है?
नहीं, ये सब नहीं मालूम।
ठीक है, और आपको कितने का पड़ता है ये?
30 रुपये पाव देता, पाव
30 रुपये पाव देता है। अगर आपको पता होगा कि ये बैंड है तो आप इनको यूज करना बंद करेंगे?
हाँ, और क्या।
So we went around the market asking some of the vendors to hand us one plastic bag each if they have one spare. So they gave us these plastic bags. I got a total of 3 bags from 3 different vendors. Most of them were not even aware that there's a ban on the usage of these plastic bags which are less than 50 microns in thickness. They don't know that they can be fined 5,000 rupees on the usage of these plastic bags.
But the limited nature of the ban thus far in Delhi, the national capital region and Uttar Pradesh means that enough plastic waste is generated in the region to pose a serious health hazard.
What is the quantity, what is the amount of these things that you're still getting even after the ban that was imposed by the NGT last year?
Well, I think there has been no change in the situation. Delhi is still generating so much of plastic waste which is unrecyclable. Any coffee outlet you go, you pick up these disposable cups of coffee and tea. It looks like paper on the outside, so you might feel, oh, it's paper, it's completely recyclable. But the truth of the matter is that it has a plastic lining inside so that the liquid doesn't seep into the cup. And most people are completely unaware of it. So every time you drink a coffee from a coffee outlet, please be aware that this is a completely unrecyclable product because there are two types of materials which is mixed to go into it. So disposable cups, your Tetra packs, then all the multi-layered packaging, which is basically your chips packets, all these things have paper to it, it has foil, it has plastic. The moment you mix so many different types of material, it becomes very difficult to separate and recycle.
So would you say that there should be a blanket ban on the production of all these plastic goods?
See, there should definitely be a much more implementable ban on single-use plastics. Like, we really should not be having disposable cups, disposable cutlery. I mean, when you're on a flight, look at the amount of disposable cups and forks and spoons that you get, which you use a single time and then you throw away. There should definitely be a ban on that. Now, the plastic laws have come in. Now, the unfortunate thing is that though they talk about phasing out plastics, putting a blanket ban on single-use plastics, it's far from being implemented. So I think that's the real crutch here, that it's not being implemented.
अब जैसे देखिए ये है थर्माकोल जो रिसाइकलिंग नहीं होता है बिल्कुल भी, ये प्लास्टिक है, ये रिसाइकलिंग नहीं होता है, ये है नॉन रिसाइकलेबल, इसका कोई कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता है इसका, ये नॉन रिसाइकलेबल है, ये जो आता है ये सारे नॉन रिसाइकलेबल मटेरियल है, ये सारा जो भी है नॉन रिसाइकलेबल ये सारा है, ये रिसाइकलिंग नहीं हो सकता है। और जैसे ये कप है, कागज़ के कप जो लोग बोलते हैं कागज़ के कप, ये भी नॉन रिसाइकलेबल मटेरियल है क्योंकि अंदर से ये जो प्लास्टिक लगा हुआ है इसलिए। ये सारा टेट्रा पैक का ही है, जैसे ये टेट्रा पैक का है तो ये टेट्रा पैक ही बनाता है पैकेजिंग के लिए। टेट्रा पैक में क्या है कि ऊपर से कागज़ है और नीचे से ये दिखा रहे हैं हम आपको, ये प्लास्टिक का लेयर है जिसके वजह से ये नॉन रिसाइकलेबल मटेरियल है, रिसाइकलिंग नहीं होता है। सिर्फ अभी जो कर रहा है थोड़ा बहुत रिसाइकलिंग वो जो है वो टेट्रा पैक कर रहा है।
Okay. So you see that there are a lot of other things apart from just the polythene bags and the straws that are actually polluting the environment.
India is not against plastic, but the single-use plastic gets thrown, and this is the one which goes and clogs the water pipelines and the sewage systems. When it reaches the rivers, streams, water bodies, then it impacts the marine life who tend to eat it or imbibe it into their systems. So the step taken by Maharashtra was, I think, overdue, but I do hope that this gets acceptance and is soon rolled out across the states.
The government, though, both at the centre and the states, has its task cut out on the implementation front.
We launched a massive social media campaign as well as activities across the country on beaches, in national parks, in cities, organizing runs, engaging with children, and intellectual debates and discussions on technical themes in Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi. The Prime Minister himself addressed the gathering and even visited the massive exhibition we had put in Delhi along the Rajpath. So to our mind, the plastic menace has a lot to do with the behavior pattern.
But the most important stakeholder in this matter is the citizen and the resident. There is increasing awareness and an increasing environmental consciousness that is driving organizations like Chintan to ensure that waste disposal and management is a collective responsibility, and long may it continue.